fanbase.tv, Matt Pinfield, no voice left. But I ran into my friend Darryl, who I love so much, from Run-D.M.C, and I was like, Darryl, I was gonna go take a nap or try, but it's hard at the festival because you want to see bands. And then I saw you, and I'm like, come do my thing, man. I gotta hang with you.
Come speak to you. Come on, man. This is what we do. How you doing?
Great. It's so good to hang with you,
crazy, man. My first time here.
It's so great, isn't it cool, man?
It's really cool. Awesome bands, awesome music.
Yeah.
This is what life is about.
It is. I mean, you know what? The amazing connection between hip hop, rap, and rock has always been there.
Of
but
course.
you guys were so pivotal in it. You know, like I love you and P. There's bands that I love, but you guys were like, when you were doing it, I don't even think you knew you were how you were changing the world.
No, not really. Our first intention of putting the rock on a rap record was when we did Rock
Box.
Before Walk This Way, like I was telling the guy over there,
too.
Right. Walk This Way isn't the first rock rap record. The first rock rap record is Rock Box, which was the first rap video on MTV.
Yeah.
I know it's a tongue twister. Then we did King of Rock, and then we did Walk This Way. But the reason why we did Rock Box, we wanted to make Billy Squier's Big Beat.
Yeah.
Because Big Beat was a rock song that all the MCs would rap
great,
over.
And it was great.
And you let the guitar come a little bit. Yeah.
It was on his first solo record. People don't know he was in a band called Piper before that. He was?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, but I was kidding. You're gonna die to shit about this stuff. I hung out with Billy Squier when I was 16 years old.
What?
I went to his apartment because I loved this band Piper.
Really?
And I was writing for like a school paper, and I called the management and went, I tried, and I threw a bunch of other names at him because you know, like it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
You know, if you have no credit or history, you can't get the interview. You know. So I made some shit up.
You make it up and you get the interview.
And then I went and sat with Billy Squier on a rug in New York City.
Apartment.
Yeah. Is that
wow,
nice?
that's
And we sat together and I hung out with him. And then when Piper broke up 2 albums.
Yo, Billy Squier is like a hip hop guy.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to rock over Big Beat.
And his stroke and all this.
When we first started, you know this, in the early days of hip hop, everybody was rapping over disco.
Yeah.
Everybody was rapping over funk and R&B, because R&B and disco had bass lines.
Yeah.
So when we did It's Like That, Circumcision, and we did the second single, Hard Times.
And it's the way it
Remember that? And when we was doing the first Run-D.M.C album, my whole thing was, yo, we need to make a record like some of the rock records that the DJs used to have in their crate.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what started it.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to, we said, everybody rapping over disco, everybody rapping over R&B, everybody rapping over funk. Yo, but nobody's using the rock breakbeats. That was the intention of it. And then once we did it, we realized that we got to do it so we can own it.
Yeah.
Because one thing about hip hop, if you look at hip hop now, LL said this 15 years ago. Yeah. It all sounds like one record. All the videos look the same. Everybody rapping the same.
Yeah. I gotta be honest. I say the same shit because I mean, I know it's because you guys are my formative love of what I love so much. But it's true. LLU.
It was so diverse.
It was cool.
The Beasties, De La Soul.
And it
was all everybody. Right.
Dude, you know what I mean?
You know, you had a variety. Right. Even NWA was relevant. The problem is,
but it was all
we don't need 50 NWAs.
Yeah.
That's when you ruin, and hip hop is ruined because our thing was like this. We got to use a different beat, and we got to look different. It can still be the hip hop, but it's got to be different things. And one of the things that I did personally when I was growing up, when I said I was the king of rock, you got to remember New York City was AM radio.
It was.
77 WABC.
Yeah, remember? You and I grew up listening to that.
What was his name? Danny.
Harry Harrison.
I love all that. Do you know how that is me? But
when
everybody wanted to have afros and sing ABC and the Jackson 5, because of AM radio, me as a little black kid growing up in Queens, I was like, who is this Harry Chapin guy? Who is this Jim Croce guy? Who is this Elton John guy? Who is this Bob Dylan guy?
All great.
Folk rap, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin. One of my favorite records growing up was the Doobie Brothers, Old Black Wall, Keep On Bro,
Mississippi Moon, Keep On.
So while everybody wanted to have high heels, Crosby, Stills, Young and Nash, there was something about a rock guitar, drums, and a harmonica that made me say, and what the folk rock and the rockers was talking about. So when Run made me MC with him, I was just a kid. Well, I went to Catholic school my whole life.
Yeah.
But when Run said you're gonna be in this group, everything that was given to me by the rock guys in my writing style, and you know, it was like, you know, it was just, it was supposed to be a diverse presentation of music. So when we came along, we said, all right, if we're gonna do these rock records, we gotta own it.
Yeah.
And even though we wasn't the best lyricists, like I don't like to waste time spitting a 16-bar rhyme to let you know I'm good. I just spit the 6 lines of King of Rock and it's a rap.
Which I love.
And then you make the guitar, make the loud, you know. All of these guys showing their jewelry and their women in their car. Just give me a beat and a guitar and I'm gonna say a couple of words and it's over.
Run-D.M.C. record. You know, like King of Rock, Raising Hell, all those albums. So
Raising Hell, and it was for me. It's all because of rock radio. Folk rock, Harry Chapin, Jim Croce. It taught me how to write.
I know,
you know, most people rap.
And you know, a lot of people don't realize, I don't care what anybody says, I love Jim Croce, man. It was funny, I was with Rob Zombie, he was playing rap and writing Stock Car Boy. I'm like, dude, who put this Jim Croce record on? And he goes, it's me. I'm like, I love that shit.
And it's all universal. And then when the hip hop thing for us was this. As hip hop became a big business, me, Run, and Jay said, yo, it could get big and it could do that, but we could never let it forget its foundation. It's about the DJ not pushing buttons. It's about the DJ using a vinyl record while the MC rhymes. I think that's what really made Run-D.M.C. so great in hip hop. Was our show.
It was
our show.
And you guys were great live. Plus, you were the first guys to also open the door for the Beasties, everybody, because you were like, let's bring them out.
Come on in. Yo, who else you got out there?
You brought the Beastie Boys out, which was so fucking cool.
Well,
and tell us that Lou Reed story, because I love it. Lou Reed, who, you know, old music, opening for Lou Reed.
1985, we get a call, and they say, Lou Reed wants us to open for us. Now, we scared to death. All we want to do is rhyme and DJ. We was like, we don't want to open for Lou Reed. What if we, you know, I think it was, what if we mess up? What if they don't like us? And they was like, dudes, fucking Lou Reed wants you to come open. So we go open for him. We had 4 records. We did 5 records.
What was it, Rock Box?
We did Rock. No, it was this Like That, Suck MCs, Hard Times, Jam Master Jay, Here We Go, and Rock Box. That was the set list. So when we come out, it probably was you know what, it might have been 75-25. 75% of the audience was like, we know these run this rap thing. Cool. But the 25%, the 75 was like, yeah, this is cool. We like this. But the 25 die hard, sacred.
We're being dickheads.
No, like this the whole time.
Giving you the finger.
Fuck you, we rhyming. Oh, you sucking, we rhyming. And they're like, but it's funny, but it's like this though. As I'm rhyming, they telling me, DMC, you, DMC, run, yo, fuck you, you run, you did. It's like that. So we rhyming.
So they were cool.
Right, like this, you know. And there's the one guy that don't say nothing. They just stand there and do this. Whole show, right? So when we first started,
off, so you know.
Of course. So your first inclination is, let me just turn the mic off and go, but you go on with the show. So we go on with the show, right? So Lou Reed comes out. And he says, before I do my set, I like to address those people that were booing. And he said, yo, if you're going to boo them, you booing me. And all other rock guys, because we see ourselves in them. That was us. In our basements and garages with our guitars starting out. So if you're going to, and everybody, we was like this. And everybody was like, oh my God, that's huge. We was like, what? Lou Reed is taking up for you. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
You know why? Because Lou loved all music. And that's the thing. He and I became friends. Did a lot of stuff with Lou. And you know the story, it's true. Lou, if he loved you, then he would do anything for you in the world. If he didn't like you, get the hell out of here. Away. And that's how much we.
And if he said something to you that you didn't like, you should sit down and really try to understand what he's saying to you, because there might have been a truth in there. But it was just beautiful things like that, where you know, when we did all those shows in New York at the Danceteria and all of those places, and all of the Peppermint Lounge, you know, Mud Club. We was there, and the Ramones would show up.
Yeah.
And Blondie, look, people don't forget. You gotta understand, you just said it. Hip hop, punk rock, and rock was all. Blondie made a rap record.
That's why
the PCs was a punk rock group. Cookie Puss who started rapping. It was already there. I think what Run-D.M.C did was this. We broke down the wall.
He did.
Like when you looked at Walk This Way and Steven Tyler, Busta Hove, that really happened.
You turned their lives around. You turned one of my favorite bands ever, Aerosmith's life around, who I loved on those early records, and then everything turned around, their lives turned around.
You know,
but you worked together, like it was so cool.
Right, but you gotta understand, from 12 years old to 18 years old, I'm listening to, I didn't know it was gonna Walk This Way. It was Toys and Attic. It became a part of us. So the transition was always easy, you know, to do that. And that was a beautiful thing. I think what Run-D.M.C did is what happened in the Aerosmith video. We just broke down a wall of separation.
It's a beautiful thing.
But you know what? The rock guys were already doing it. The rock dudes, the Rolling Stones was already hanging out with Buddy Guy. I mean, Chuck Berry and they were already doing it.
Muddy Waters,
we just did it for the young generation to show them it was cool too. Muddy Waters. They were playing with all those cats.
So great, I gotta tell you, Darryl, it's so good to see you, brother. So
I know.
Talk to me about what you're doing here. You're singing.
I was a guest. I was a secret weapon guest star with one of the best bands in rock today, Pop Evil. I had went to there's a band called Jackal. Jesse James Supreme.
Good man.
No, one of the best guys
killing
ever.
It, right?
He's killing. No,
make a TV show.
Full Throttle Saloon and all of that. So Jesse brought me to Sturgis 4 years ago. So now I'm like the 5th member in Jackal. But I go to the Jackal Throttle Fest and Jesse's like, you gotta see this band. And I go there, I see this band called Pop Evil, and I'm like, oh my God.
They're awesome.
It's on that level still right now, and they just said to me, yo, D, we want to get you on a remix of our song Trenches. And so we did the remix. Then they called me and bring me to Irving Plaza, New York City. Put me on stage with them, and the last thing I want to be is the rapper that's going to mess everything up, because rappers will mess stuff up. So we go out there.
Certain ones will, you will.
So we go out there and it goes good. So they said, yo, we gonna bring you out to Ohio. And I'm like, yo, cool.
And I'm so happy to see you again because
I know it feels like we're still 30 years ago.
It does. I mean, I've known
it don't change.
I've known you for 30 years. You've been my friend. Like, always loved the band. Love you.
I just love you. Everybody, I love music. Everybody asks me, why don't you
turn it over to George?
Everybody asks me, DMC, why don't you have a reality show like all other rappers? And I say there's 2 reasons I don't have a reality show like all other rappers. Number one, from a hip-hop standpoint, if I'm in a room with every rapper that had a reality show and I ain't got one, that's hip-hop. Separates me from the pack. And the second reason is this, because none of those reality shows rock and roll.
That's right. Most of them do blow, you know.
That's why I'd rather sit here with a camera hanging out with Matt Pinfield than to sit on some stupid old reality show.
Thank you,
and plus, you don't need to know what's in my refrigerator anyway.
No, I love that. You know, people actually care about that shit.
Exactly. For real.
You and I love music, and we care about music.
I can't wait to see you at the next one.
Absolutely.
Man.
Love you, Darryl. Darryl from Run-D.M.C. on fanbase.tv.
We can talk forever.
That's right. We grew up listening to